recently shared expensive things that are not worth the money, and as I was preparing for that video, I started thinking about some purchases that I regret. So in today's video, I want to share some things that you will always regret buying. These are based on my own personal experience, and it doesn't matter how expensive or inexpensive the item was, I just don't use them, and so they quickly become regrets. So hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and make better purchases for yourself. So let's get started. The first thing that you will always regret buying is professional or work clothing in the color red. Now the reasoning behind this is because the color red is a very passionate color, and when we look at it, we feel very emotional and typically romantic. So a lot of us think of the color red as being powerful and a power color, but that power is a little bit misdirected for a professional setting. So instead, it's better to go for colors that are going to be kind of blues and navies, things like black, gray, brown is probably a safe bet, and things like beige and off-white. And those colors are going to give you the response that you're looking for in a corporate or professional setting. So hopefully this can help you as well, and you can start to evaluate not only your existing work wardrobe, but also future purchases, and be able to build a color palette that's going to give you the response that you want. The next thing that you will always regret buying is the same type of item over and over and over again. I speak about this definitely from firsthand experience because as I've figured out my style and I've identified the things I really like wearing, that has come down to sweaters and pants. And if I could, I would wear sweaters and pants every single day. So as a result, it kind of led to a little bit of a tunnel vision, and I was constantly gravitating towards sweaters and pants before anything else from my closet. So I have plenty of each of those. So what I've been doing now is taking a step back and looking at my full wardrobe and being really honest about what I actually need and identifying those gaps and then filling those strategically. So like the shirt that I'm wearing today, this was a very thought out purchase because I was looking at my color palette, my overall wardrobe, where I live, and my lifestyle, and I quickly identified that I did not need any more sweaters, but instead I really did need some pretty blouses that were kind of that light to mid-weight that I could wear in the fall, the winter, and then into the spring. So definitely I recommend that for you as well. Take a step back and be really honest, because that honesty is something that I find comes back many times over for a very well-balanced wardrobe that works for you. The next thing you will always regret buying is clothing with low-quality finishing details. So things like low-quality buttons, zippers, seamings, little bits of lace, and all of the pretty little finishing touches that go into a piece. And this is something that's really important to keep in mind because those are the things that can make or break an item and how good it's going to look in your closet for a long period of time. So being really conscientious about those and then changing them out when you can is a great way to upgrade your closet and allow yourself to buy things that are reasonable price but are going to look really expensive and really beautiful for a really long time. And you know, I personally think that longevity is always the best way to build a closet, and buying things with the intention of wearing them many, many times and for many years is a good way to go about closet curation. Similarly, the next thing you'll always regret buying is something just because it's on sale. This is something that I've definitely fallen into myself, and I think is so easy to fall into because as you start to educate yourself on high quality and beautiful construction and your color palette and things that are going to last, there's going to come a moment where you're going to see something that's really great at a really low price. It's probably been heavily discounted, or you find it on eBay or Etsy or Poshmark. So the wheels are going to start turning and thinking, ooh, that is so affordable that I could buy that, add it to my closet, and then what's the worst that could happen? But the problem with that type of thinking is that if you're buying things that are just because they're on sale, and it's not something that you would have maybe given a second glance if it was full price, you're going to possibly end up filling your closet with items that don't actually work for you. So the common theme throughout all of these is definitely that mindfulness and being really conscientious about your personal style, your objectives, your aesthetic, your coloring, and everything that's going to make you get the most out of your wardrobe. The next thing you'll always regret buying is materials that you're allergic to. So this is very much in line with what we just talked about, in the sense that as you educate yourself on high quality materials, someone somewhere, probably myself, is going to mention cashmere, wool, or mohair. And the problem with these is that they can cause an allergic reaction. So you don't really know unless you've tried them if they're going to give you hives or an asthma attack or make you itchy. So it's very important to keep that in mind and try these materials at a low price point, thrift them and shop secondhand. Maybe find them on sale in a color and a silhouette that you like and experiment that way before you go the top end of your budget and make a mistake that's going to give you an asthma attack. So be honest with yourself here, and just because it works for someone else doesn't mean it has to work for you. And customize and personalize your materials and your wardrobe according to you and your own needs. And the last thing that you will always regret buying is trendy pieces that you can only wear for one season. So working towards longevity and building your closet with the long term in mind is always the best bet, because not only are you going to get the most out of your wardrobe that way, but it's also better for the environment, and you're able to build a closet that can serve you more than just this season. So your money goes a lot farther, and it's just a better way, a more enjoyable way to curate your closet. So when it comes to trendy items, I think there is always a place for those in your wardrobe, and if your personal style aesthetic benefits from that type of addition, being really strategic about them and finding those trends that you love, that you know that you'll be able to incorporate into your own personal style, is a great way to go about it. And it's something that I advocate for a lot. In all of my trend videos, I talk about the trends that I personally think have staying power, and those that you can see cycle back over and over again in colors and cuts that can be really versatile. So keeping that in mind can really go a long way. So I hope that you liked this, and these regrets of mine have been helpful for you to maybe reflect on your own regrets or avoid them in the future. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.